Being the outsider in school is hard. Hell, high school in general is a mess. You're going through one of life's most confusing moments and everything is not helping. You know what makes it worse? Suddenly discovering that you can go back in time. Because with great power comes a lot of freaking pressure and confusion. You know what even makes it worse? Having to experience it with very low frame rate. But no worries, because things will get better. Welcome to 2016, everybody! One of my new year LowSpecGamer resolutions is to try some new genres, and we're better to start that with a graphic adventure game that has made me curious since I first read of it. This is the LowSpecGamer, where graphic adventures are still high-end, and where we love big configuration files. So, forget about shadows and most of the details. We may not be able to turn back time, but we can make this game run.
Man, are you serial?
This is the default configuration on this game. Full HD resolution and medium preset. Not the best start. And, as you guessed, this is a bit hard to play with, which is a lot to say for a slower paced adventure game. Change the resolution back to 720 and preset low. Only thing left to disable is vertical sync and done. I am pretty sure you can play like this with some patience, but that is not enough for us, especially when there are ways to make it better. Life is Strange is an Unreal Engine 3 game, as the game reminds you every single time you boot it up. I have covered some Unreal Engine 3 games here before using certain tweaks, and although some games refuse to be tweaked or simply hide all configuration files, Life is Strange is not one of those games, and we can learn from past experiences. The first thing we're going to do is screw a bit with the level of detail on textures, which is a great thing to do if you're low on memory. To do this, we need to go to the default configuration file located at the installation directory of the game. For Steam, this is at Program Files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Life is Strange, Life is Strange Game, config, and open a file called defaultengine.ini. At the system settings area, you will find a set of texture groups, and what you need to do is to change all max LOD sizes to 1. So, all of this. I will try and leave a copy of these texture group sections in the description if you prefer to copy and paste. Just make sure you paste it on the right area of the file. Run the game so these changes are saved on all the other configuration files, and change back your settings. Modifying the default engine file resets all the settings back to default. What this will do is decrease the level of detail on most environments and in the characters themselves. Even though the game has already a very characteristic art style, you will definitely notice a difference in the faces of the characters.
At least we can chill out.
Now, for something a bit more useful, we need the user configuration file, located at Documents, My Games, Life is Strange, Life is Strange Game, config, Life is Strange Engine.ini. Open it with Notepad and look for the System Settings area. We're going to turn off a bunch of things, starting with decals, followed by dynamic lights, shadows, and some other types of lighting. This will get us a lot of performance at the cost of the game looking a bit dark. However, I recommend you leave directional light maps on. Turning it off will result in a very significant boost in performance, but a lot of the game's surfaces will be dark. Very dark. You can still play the game like this if you're desperate, but I'm going to leave it on. Just in case, we turn off a bunch of other effects, such as motion blur and... oh, do be careful about depth of field. It is another one that gives you a significant boost in performance, but disabling it removes all item and action prompts on the game, which can be a major problem unless you want to button mash your way through the game. And then we disable ambient occlusion and bloom, followed by distortion, speed tree leaps and fronts, and finally lens flares and fog volumes. Max distance scale is another good one. It controls the draw distance, so we can reduce it to just 0.5. Let's give it a try.
Dude, you broke my glass snow dough. Thanks.
Oh, if only I could do this in real life. I have broken so many things. No, that's too much. How do I Man, look at all these fancy clothes. So beautiful. I have no idea what this is. I think there was supposed to be a mirror here.
Chloe was always taller than me.
Or something.
We made her dad keep track of her height.
Oh, there's supposed to be something like a height line over there. Well, context. Very important. Now, how do I put music?
Whoa, dark. I cannot see anything.
And I thought it was just me that disabled the lights. Well, that's marginally better.
This is definitely... You never saw that car coming.
Oh, another drawing that is simply not there.
That took Chloe and me the whole day to draw. It's almost invisible.
Almost? Oh dear. That's kind of scary.
Save you. You were here today, Max. You saved me. I'm still tripping on that. Seeing you after all these years feels like destiny.
Whoa! Okay, now I know it switched to pre-rendered. Wait, that completely broke the illusion, didn't it? Now, let me tell you something. I have been trying very hard to avoid any story spoilers during this video, because this game is all about the story and it has an excellent one. And it's set in a high school where high school things happen, as you can observe right now, and where the character feels as an outsider, and it's a human feeling. You grow up, things are complicated, friends change, and you feel like life is completely out of control, but if you search deep inside you, you can always find the strength to keep on going. Did you notice the draw distance there? Yep, oh, that's fun. Also, this game is really interesting to play, and I'm considering playing it on a different format so I can make more meaningful commentary about the story and about the characters. But I will talk a little bit more about that in an upcoming video. In the meantime, you can keep enjoying this, whatever this is. I meant what it said. School is hard and life is confusing. But I believe that if you keep looking deep inside of you, you will find the force to keep pushing on. Now, before we go, time to continue the tradition of the LowSpecGamer giveaway. I have a bunch of winners to announce from last year, but those winners will be announced on a special video coming out soon. This question is themed. What is your best video game related high school memory? If you're still in high school, well, it's going to be easier to remember, I guess. This week there are two prizes. The first is a copy of Bionic Commando donated by Lechuga194. To participate for this one, leave your answers on comments or Twitter. The second one is a region-locked Steam copy of Just Cause 2, donated by The Doctor, who left the following message. This is Rico, treat him well. And according to Google Translate, the last part is read like this. This game is locked to these countries. If you qualify, go to the LowSpecGamer Steam group and you will find a discussion where this question can be answered. You can participate on both giveaways if you want. Woo! 2016 is finally starting for the channel and there's lots to do. See you on the next videos, everyone!